Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I'm SamuraiT-X and I'm Soldier Snake. Last time we left off, we did start court proceedings, and here we are because we presented that Mr. White was not in the hotel. He's viewing it from the Fair and Cola offices. So, without further ado, we're going to present where Mr. White was standing, and of course, we're going to say he was standing in the position where the K was, because the V is Mia. So. If he was viewing it from somewhere, he must have been here. Table smash. This is where he was. Look, when the victim ran for the door, if he was watching from this point, to him it will appear that she ran on left. See? Please, this is no time for jokes in ill taste. That is where the killer was standing. Order. I will have order. Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt. Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting? Rapscallion! Ah, he's objecting, eh? The postulations of the defense are a distortion of the truth, Your Honor. Indeed, they do seem a bit far-fetched. Ha ha! Ho ho ho! You provide us with so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer. What now? He's laughing? The hilarity of the moment made me remember something. It appears that I have been unclear, and for this I apologize. Mr. Your Honor, might I be allowed to testify once more? Very well. Let's hear your revised testimony. Good luck. You can't fix a broken testimony, buddy. Let's do this. Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left. And then you hit her savagely. That is what I saw. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. Ah. Okay. That is what Miss May saw. You see, you hit her twice. Don't you remember, Mr. Lawyer? No, I don't remember. I actually don't, because that testimony absolutely sucks. Anyway. That does seem to make sense, does it? Will you be cross-examining the witness's testimony? You bet I will. I mean, yes, Your Honor. Oh wow, you better not answer like that again, Phoenix. Let's begin the cross-examination. Okay, let's press. What do you mean by that? That is what I am about to explain. You Americans, you're always so impatient. It does not become you. Hey buddy, you're an American too. Let's press again. What do you mean first? First? That is what comes First? That is what comes before what happens next. You do speak English, right? Please sit back, relax. I will try to use simple words for your benefit. First, she ran to the left and then... Okay. 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 Right, that bothers me a lot. Because, in the autopsy report, she died from a blow by a blunt object, may have lived a few minutes after being hit. Well, she died after being hit once. But first let's press, because, you know, let's press. So you were watching both times? I suppose I was, and please excuse me for not testifying this sooner. What do you think, Phoenix? I think we've got him right where we want him. He's slipped. Let him laugh for now. I'll soon wipe that smile off his face. Right, let's present, here. The autopsy report. Ha ha! Mr. White, the victim died from a single blow. Huh? What do you have to say to that? Now's my chance to hit him where it counts. Mr. White, wasn't it you that told this court that you were absolutely perfect? I will refrain from using that phrase from now on. Your Honor, if you could ask the witness for a new testimony. The witness is obviously confused, Your Honor. The witness is obviously confused, Your Honor. I would like to request a 10-minute break. Hell no! No way! Yes, quite. No way! We're standing by this. The witness is confused because he's lying. I emphatically request that there will be no breaks, Your Honor. Yeah, we want justice! Don't let him get away! Very well. If the witness will care to revise his testimony. The crowd's on my side. No slipping out of this one now, White. Look at that smirk. Mr. White? Oh, okay. Yes. We got the juries on that. We got the court on our side, and the judge gave us what we wanted. We're going the right direction with this trial. Well, see, I looked out the other window when I heard that thing fall. Then, the next moment, I saw Miss Mia run to the left. The killer, you, attacked her, but she dodged. And then she turned and ran for the door. Then you hit her with a single blow. Whap! Look at him sweating bullets. He's clearly nervous. Ha! We've got him right on the ropes. Whap indeed. Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. Mr. Your Honor, my stomach, you see, it is hurting. Deal with it. I can imagine, like someone putting the sunglasses on Phoenix's face, them black sunglasses, as he says, deal with it. That is a very good time to say it. This is almost over. Let's begin the cross-examination. Rightio. Alright, let's press. Let's get more information out of this guy. You heard that thing fall. What exactly is that thing? Huh? Oh, that, the glass light stand. Right, the one that had fallen over at the scene. Phoenix? Doesn't that strike you as something odd? Yes, it does. Because if he's viewing it from a window, you wouldn't be able to see it. It's odd. I should press further. Mr. White? Huh? What? You're saying that you saw the glass light stand? Yes. Then change your testimony to reflect that. Sorry, my bad. The witness will revise his testimony. Okay, of course. Okay. How can you see that? Where's the floor plan? It's on the next page. Right, let's check the floor plan. If he was viewing it from the window, he can't see the glass light stand. Look. He can only see the I think that's the couch, and then that's the stand. Well, that's the stand where probably something is. You can only see in front, just by a little, and probably that fallen flower pot. Can't see the glass light stand because it's in the corner over here. So, let's present it. He's lying. Mr. White, it was impossible for you to have seen the glass stand. What? Look at this. These are the floor plans to the scene of the murder. Yes? Correct, Your Honor. Now, look. If you were to look through the window at the office, this is the area you will be able to see. Here. Well, note that the stand is not within the visible area. Well, Mr. White, what do you have to say to that? Ridiculosity. Mr. White, if you were in the Gatewater Hotel as you claimed, you could not have seen the stand before it fell over. In fact, you wouldn't have been able to see it after it fell either. There's no way you could have recognized the broken shards as a glass light stand. So, when did you see the stand, Mr. White? Must have been the moment that it fell. And the only place that you could have been seen that from is inside the Fey law offices. In other words, you were at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Look at him, broken man. Mr. White? Oh no. Mr. White? Oh. You did it, didn't you? Oh, Mr. Your Honor, I, Miss Mia. Looks like we're about to get our verdict. Huh? That's far enough, Phoenix Wright. What? Erk? I almost forgot about Edgeworth. Mr. White. I think the time has come. Shouldn't you confess your crime now? What? I said you should confess your crime. There you go. Confess that you placed a wiretap. What? Wiretap? Ah, this is ridiculous. Order! Order! Mr. Edgeworth, explain to the court what you mean by this. Distinguished members of the court, Mr. White is slightly confused. Allow me to explain. I really don't like the way this is headed. As you know, Mr. White is the CEO of Blue Corp. He ordered his secretary, Miss April May, to tap the law offices of Miss Fay. What does that have to do? Your Honor, the question is, when was the wiretap placed in the office and by who? No, you wouldn't. Mr. White, in order to place the wiretap, you entered Miss Fay's office. Am I correct? Correct! You are most correct, Miles! Give me a break! Yes, in order to place the wiretap, I breached the Fair and Co. law offices. That is when I saw that accursed light stand. Oh no! Now I'm confused. Please explain to the court what this all means, Mr. Edgeworth. Gladly, Your Honor. Mr. Phoenix Wright made his position quite clear. He has determined that Mr. White knew the glass stand was in the office. He has shown that there was only one time Mr. White could have seen the stand, at that very moment of the murder. Thus, Mr. White would like you to believe that Mr. White was the murderer. I see. However, it is a fact that Mr. White had been into the office before the murder took place. He went to place the wiretap. He could have seen the glass light stand then. There you go, Mr. Phoenix Wright's theory is revealed for baseless conjecture it is. Oh, come on! Mr. White, you will testify to the court about this wiretap. Leave it to me. I feel faint. And when we come back, folks, we will get to the nitty-gritty of Mr. White's testimony. Until then, thanks for watching. Catch you guys later. See ya.